Hello beautiful people, let's make this butter and chocolate cake without a mixer. This cake is so soft and so fluffy. Let's start by applying butter all over our cake pan. This will help the cake to fall out easily when we are through baking. And I also brought in some flour and we're going to swirl it around the cake pan to be in contact with the butter, and we'll pour out the excess. And in my bowl I added in margarine. You can also use butter, and I brought in sugar, and we'll start creaming this. Now I'm using a whisk. So to cream this with the whisk, your whisk has to be a strong one, not the flexible type. If it's the flexible type, please use your strong spatula. That way it's going to help you a great deal. And observe how I'm doing this. I'm going to mix it and hit it to release the ones trapped in between the whisk, and occasionally I'll use my spatula to bring it together so that everything will be properly combined. Initially this was very yellowish, but with time you can see that it has changed color to light yellow, and I'll set that aside. And here are the eggs I'll be using. We'll break this into a bowl, and I'm going to whisk all this to combine properly. I'll start introducing the beaten eggs into the sugar and the butter, and we're going to be adding this in gradually, and we'll keep mixing this. From time to time, you also have to clean the sides of your bowl so that everything is intact. And when I added in the last batch of the beaten eggs, I also brought in strawberry flavor. You can use vanilla flavor or any flavoring of your choice, and we'll also mix all this properly, and I'll set this aside. Now I brought in all-purpose flour, and I also added in baking powder and salt, and I added milk flavor for extra flavoring, and we'll sieve this out. It's very important you sieve your flour for cake. It breaks in the flour molecules, and it will help you to have very nice and fluffy cake. I'll start bringing in the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients, and we'll keep mixing this together. I wouldn't be adding all the dry ingredients at once. We're going to be adding this in batches, and we'll keep mixing. When you mix this well, that all the dry ingredients has incorporated into the wet ingredients, you wouldn't be mixing it so vigorously. Don't be tempted by how fluffy and how good it is to keep mixing. That way, to affect your cake, it can even make your cake not to rise at all. So when it gets to this point, we'll be mixing and folding, incorporating air into the batter. Look at the consistency of our batter. This is not runny, and this is not too thick either. Here is our greased cake pan. I'll cut this into half and bring in half of the batter, and into the other half I added in cocoa powder, and we are also going to sieve in the cocoa powder, and gently we'll mix this into the batter. Don't mix this in too vigorously so that you don't overwork the batter. And I'll also bring this into the other side of the cake pan. Remember, at Glory Homemaker, we give you value for your time. I also clean the spatula because they are all parts of our cake. I'll gently hit this on my work table so that it will release some of the air bubbles, and we'll be sending this to a preheated oven. That means I have been preheating my oven before now, and will be baking at 180 degrees Celsius between 35 minutes to 40 minutes. By then, you could already perceive the aroma of the cake all over your kitchen, and when you stick a toothpick or a skewer into it, it's going to come out smooth. I will allow this to cool on my wire rack for at least 20 minutes before bringing it out of the cake pan. Look at how easily that fell off, even without using a parchment paper. And here is our butter and chocolate cake. A slice of this tastes so good. We love eating lots of cake, but I don't like eating much of the ones with icing all the time. So from time to time, we'll make this at home, and everyone enjoys to their fill. This cake is so nice. So what I do, I cut into little pieces, and I'll store it in the fridge and lightly microwave when needed. Sometimes we prefer to eat it as cold as it is. Whichever works for you is just fine. I hope you learned a thing or more from this video. Homemade recipes are the best, and there is nothing you cannot make in your kitchen. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.